Good morning, girls. Today we'll start with OOP concepts. Before that, we'll revise the object first. What is an object? The world we live in is composed of objects. Everything that we see is an example of object. For example, the chair you are sitting, okay, and the car, the pets in your house are also objects. We ourselves are example of object. Fine. An object in real world can be anything that is visible or tangible that you can touch. Okay. Something that may be apprehended intellectually. And the third thing is something towards which one can direct action or thought. Fine. So object, the definition will be an identifiable entity with some characteristics, that is data, a state and behavior. Behavior is function. So an identifiable entity with some characteristics, a state and behavior is known as an object. You are also an example of object. You have your unique identity, that is your name. Your characteristics are like you have eyes, ears, nose, hands, legs, heart, brain, liver, etc. These are the characteristics of you. Your name is your identity. And your behavior can be, you can walk, you can talk, eat, sleep, singing, dancing. All these are behavior of yours. Okay. So you yourself is an example of a object. Okay. Because you have some unique identity, that is your name. You have some characteristics, eyes, ears, nose, hand, leg, and behavior also. Walking, talking, eating, all these are the example of behavior. Okay, if we are considering you as an object, human being. Fine. Then what is a state? The state of an object is represented through the values or attributes of its characteristics at a given point of time. For example, if we are taking example of a switch, switch is also an object. It can either be in on state or in off state at a given point of time. Okay. So switch state is on or off at a specific instance of time. And objects encapsulate two things, that is characteristics and behavior. Okay, characteristics are data and behavior is represented through function. Okay, function implements the behavior of an object. Now come to the principles of object-oriented programming, OOP concepts. These four are the OOP concepts. Okay, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. First is abstraction. The definition is the act of representing the essential features of an object without including the background details or explanations. Okay? Act of representing the essential details or features, essential features only, okay, without including the background details. For example, if you are driving a car, you only know the essential features how to drive a car. For example, you must be aware about gear handling, steering handling, how to use clutch, accelerator, brakes. Okay, but while driving, do you get into internal details of car like wiring, petrol tank, motor working? No, you just change the gears or apply the brakes. What is happening inside is hidden from you. You don't know what is going inside. This is abstraction. Okay? Where you only know the essential things. Whatever is important for you to drive a car. You are knowing that essential things to drive a car without including the background details or the explanations behind that. Okay, so this is an example of abstraction. Okay, I'm just relating the term with the general life, real life example. Now we can take another example of switchboard. You only press certain switches according to your requirement. Okay, on a switchboard, you press a switch according to your requirement. What is happening inside, how it is happening, you don't know. Okay, if you have to turn on the fan, you will be switching on the switch on the switchboard. Just. Okay, you don't know what is happening inside, how it is happening, how the it is turning on the fan. You just need to put on the switch on or off. So again, this is an example of abstraction. You know only the essential features, essential things to operate on switchboard. Without knowing the background details, how is it working? Okay, so abstraction is the act of representing the essential features without including the background details or explanations. Now there is a term data hiding. Similarly, the property which does not allow data and its functions to be used as public interface for the outer world. Okay, hiding the data. Data hiding. Okay, does not allow data and function to be used as public interface. Now the second OOPS concept is encapsulation. This is the wrapping up of data and functions into a single unit, and that unit is called class. Data, characteristics, and functions that operate on the data. Okay, data are characteristics and the function operates on the data, and functions are the behavior. Okay, data are characteristics, attributes, and functions are the behavior of the object, and functions operates on the data. Fine. The wrapping up of data and functions into a single unit is known as encapsulation. Okay. Encapsulation is wrapping up of data and functions into a single unit. That single unit is called class. Okay. A class encapsulates two things: data and function. Okay. Number of data can be there and number of functions can be there. One function, two function, and three function. So a class is an example of encapsulation. It's an object. Class is an object that encapsulates two things: data and functions. Data are the attributes and functions are the behavior which function operates on data. Okay. Encapsulation is a way to implement data abstraction. Encapsulation is a way to implement data abstraction. Encapsulation hides the details of the implementation of an object. Okay. Then example of encapsulation. Suppose in a company there can be so many departments: sales, accounts, payroll, purchase, production, and each department has its own personnel that maintain its data. Okay, so only the essential characteristics of object, all the departments, company is an object. Encapsulation is actually most often achieved through information hiding. Information hiding, I have told you. Okay, and the structure of an object is hidden as well as implementation of its methods. And only the essential information of departments. Okay, I told you, there, suppose there is a big company which has so many departments and personals in that to maintain its data. Only the essential information of departments, like department name, department head, yeah, number of employees, etc. This type of information will be visible. But the secret information regarding departments, which is not essential for all the staff or personnel, is hidden. Essential information like secret information like department profit or loss or stock, inventory, etc. So the essential information of departments like name, head, number of employee, that will be visible. Okay, but the background details, or you can say secret information, like profit, loss, stock, etc., this will be hidden. Okay, this information is made available only if the request is made through proper channel, like issuing a memo, etc. You can ask for the secret information, but otherwise this will be hidden. Only the essential characteristics, or you can say essential information, like name, number of employee, department head name, this type of information is essential for the employee, so this will be visible. And the profit, loss, and stock, etc., etc., will be hidden from that particular department's employee. Okay, that will be given to you if you are asking for that through proper channel by issuing a memo, etc. Okay, so this is an example of encapsulation in a company, you can say, for example, just for a example. Now come to inheritance, the third concept of OOP. Inheritance is act or process of acquiring the properties from an existing class by another class is known as inheritance. The act or process of acquiring the properties from an existing class by another class. Okay, or you can say inheritance is the property of a class to acquire the property of another class. Property of a class to acquire the property of another class. Okay. Then there are two types, two terms, base class and derived class. Suppose there is a class A and one more class, that is B. B is acquiring the properties of A. This is the existing class and this is the class which is acquiring the property of this existing class. So A will be the base class and B will be the derived class. The existing class whose properties are inherited by some other class. That some other class is B. Okay. A's properties are inherited by B. So A will be the base class and B will be the derived class. The class that acquires the properties from existing class. Okay. So A being inherited, the existing class whose properties are inherited by some other class. So A is the base class. Another name is superclass, or you can say parent class. A is the parent of B. B is acquiring the properties of A. Okay. So A is base, super or parent class. B is derived class, subclass, or you can say child class of A. This is the parent class and this one is the child class. Now example of inheritance. Suppose there is a vehicle manufacturer. Okay. Which manufacture two types of vehicles, manual vehicles and automatic vehicle. These are the subclasses of vehicle class. The superclass will be vehicle. Okay. And these two subclasses, manual vehicles and automatic vehicles, these subclasses inheriting the properties of, sharing the properties of vehicle superclass. This is the superclass. These are the subclasses of this superclass. Again, manual vehicles, there are two subclasses, bicycle and rickshaw. Okay, these are acquiring the properties of manual vehicle class. Then again, automatic vehicle, this is the superclass of these three classes. All the three classes are acquiring the property of automatic vehicle, and this one is the subclass of vehicle. Superclass, subclass of vehicle, subclass of manual vehicles, subclasses of automatic vehicles. Kick-start bikes, self-start and cars. Okay. These are the subclasses of vehicle because both are types of vehicles. So they will share the common properties of vehicle, but this will be manual vehicles and these are the automatic vehicles. But few features will be common because both are sharing the superclass vehicle. So vehicle, the properties of vehicles will be there also and in there. Okay. Inheritance provides the concept of reusability. Fine, we can reuse the functions written in the existing class in the superclass without modifying them. Okay. Now come to the fourth concept, polymorphism. The act or process of defining an object in many forms represented by the same name is known as polymorphism. Polymorph, many forms. Okay, the name will be same, but the act or the process of defining an object will be in many forms, will be different. The name will be same. For example, there is a class table. Okay. And there are different type of tables: dining table, center table, study table and computer table. Okay. So name is the same: table, 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 table and table. This one is computer table, study table, center table and dining table. If you are talking about this table, in this there will be programming for center table. There will be manufacturing of study table, manufacturing of computer table. Okay, but they are having the same name, table. But if you are calling this, you will be getting study table. Through this, you will be getting computer table. Okay. Now come to second example, shape. Suppose there is a class shape. Okay. Then there are so many draw functions. The name is same. Okay. Class shape is having more than one function, draw. Draw is a function followed by the parenthesis. This is the symbol of function. So draw is a function. Shape is having draw function more than once. Draw, draw, draw. But this draw is to draw the circle. This one is for square. This one is for rectangle. Okay. Shape is the class which has some function with the same name. We have more than one function with the same name, draw. But all the draw function is drawing something different, but you will be calling them with the same name. Draw, draw, draw. This will draw circle, this will draw square, this will draw rectangle. Okay, but they are representing by the same name. Okay.